Are you one of those people who just works their tail off in the gym, you're eating right, but you're still struggling to see the results you're fighting for? You know exactly how frustrating that is. Well, today we're diving into one of the most researched supplements on the planet to see if it can finally help turn all that effort into real results. In this quote, man, it just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? You pour in all this work, the training, the food, the consistency, and it just feels like it's all leaking out with nothing to show for it. It's a tough spot to be in, but listen, the good news is it's not just in your head. It's a real thing. In fact, this whole experience is so common, it actually has a name, the hard gainers paradox. We're talking about people with what they call an ectomorphic body type. You know, naturally lean, maybe a smaller frame, and a metabolism that just seems to torch every calorie you eat. And this has nothing to do with motivation. We're talking about straight-up biology.
So let's break down the why behind it, because this is really interesting. Hard gainers often have a way faster metabolism, so their bodies are just way more efficient at burning calories right away instead of using them to build muscle. On top of that, you might have a genetic predisposition against gaining mass, and to top it all off, lower muscle glycogen, which is basically the high-octane fuel you need for your workouts. It's a biological setup that means you gotta work smarter, not just harder.
So what is the smarter strategy? Well, this is where a really powerful, scientifically proven tool comes into the picture. We're talking about creatine monohydrate. Think of it as a true energy catalyst for your muscles that helps close that gap between the effort you're putting in and the results you want to see. Now, first things first, let's be super clear on what this stuff is. Creatine isn't some weird synthetic lab chemical. It's a natural compound your own body already makes and stores in your muscle cells. So when you supplement with it, all you're really doing is topping off your body's own natural energy reserves to get the maximum benefit. To really get how creatine works, we gotta talk about something called ATP. The easiest way to think about ATP is as the direct high-power fuel for your muscles. Every time you lift a heavy weight, you're burning ATP. But here's the catch. Your body only keeps enough on hand for a few seconds of all-out effort. After that, the tank is empty. And this is where creatine becomes an absolute game changer. See, when you use up that ATP, it turns into a useless low-energy molecule called ADP. But this is where your stored creatine, as phosphocreatine, swoops in. It literally donates a piece of itself to that used-up ADP, instantly recharging it back into powerful ATP. It's like having a rapid backup battery for your muscles, letting them fire over and over again. Okay, so more energy at a tiny cellular level. Big deal, right? How does that actually translate into what you care about? Getting bigger and stronger in the gym? Well, this is the crucial connection we've got to make.
With that bigger fuel tank of ATP, your performance gets a direct, noticeable upgrade. It means you can push for one or two more of those really tough reps at the end of a set. It means you can add a little more weight to the bar, which is the key to getting stronger. And it means you can fight off fatigue for longer, letting you get more quality work done in every single workout.
Just look at this comparison right here. That difference of maybe one or two extra reps, it might not look like much, but trust me, over time, that is everything. Those are the bonus reps, the ones you just couldn't do before. And those are the reps that scream at your body, telling it that it needs to adapt by growing bigger and stronger. That's where the magic really happens. And let's clear up that whole water weight myth once and for all. Creatine pulls water into the muscle cell itself. This is a good thing. It's a process called cell volumization, and it actually makes your muscles look and feel fuller and more dense. And even more important, scientists think the swelling inside the cell actually acts as a signal to kickstart the muscle growth process. All right, the science is solid. That's great. But now, let's get practical. How do you actually use creatine to get these benefits? The best part is, it's incredibly simple. So you basically have two options. You can do what's called a loading phase, where you take about 20 grams a day for a week to saturate your muscles super fast. It works, but honestly, it's not totally necessary. The standard way, and the one most people do, is to just start with a smaller maintenance dose. It might take 3 or 4 weeks to fully saturate your muscles, but it's way easier and gets you to the exact same place in the long run. And what is that magic maintenance dose? It's just this, 3 to 5 grams a day. That's it. That's the amount that all the science points to for keeping your muscles' creatine stores topped off and ready for action. And to really make it work, you just need to follow these 3 golden rules. Number 1, consistency is king. Just taking it every single day is way more important than stressing about if you should take it before or after your workout. 2, take it on your rest days too. Your muscles need to stay saturated to recover and grow. And 3, Drink plenty of water. Since creatine is pulling water into your muscles, staying hydrated is absolutely key to getting the best results. Now, of course, with any supplement this popular, there are going to be some myths floating around, so let's just tackle the biggest ones head on and use some actual science to separate the facts from the fiction. The single most important thing to know is this: creatine is not some new or experimental fad. It's one of the most studied sports supplements in history, period. We're talking about decades and decades of research, all confirming that it's safe and effective for healthy people. So let's just run through the big 3 myths real quick. First, does it damage your kidneys? No. For healthy people, taking the right dose, tons of research shows it's perfectly safe. Second, is it a steroid? Absolutely not. It's not even in the same universe. It's a natural compound made from amino acids. And third, does it make you puffy? Again, no. It pulls water inside the muscle, which makes you look full and dense, not soft and puffy under the skin. At the end of the day, creatine is not a magic pill. It's not going to do the work for you. But what it can do is make the hard work you're already putting in count for so much more. It just gives your body that little extra edge it needs to actually respond to all your effort. So the real question is, if you're a hard gainer who's tired of spinning your wheels, could this be the missing piece to your puzzle?